Okay, so now we're going to do a couple of examples. I'm going to explain the second one in a little bit because it involves something, another concept or vocabulary that I'm going to introduce. But let's do the first one. So we're going to add these together. So they have the same sign. So remember the steps. We're going to take the absolute value of both of these numbers. We're going to add them and then give them the sign that they start with. So both of these are negative, so we know our final answer has to be negative. So all we do is we ignore the negative signs by taking the absolute value. So we're just going to pretend this is 12 and 5. 12 and 5 equals 17. And since they're both negative, we know our final answer has to be negative. So it's going to be negative 17. And that's it. Now, in this case here, we have three numbers. And so that brings up the idea of, or the concept of a binary operation. Addition is a binary operation. So what does that mean? It means that you could only add two numbers at a time. Okay? So with addition, again, it doesn't matter the order. Addition is commutative, which means I can switch the orders around. But we usually go from left to right. Okay? So how would we handle this one? Again, we're going to pair them up. So also, by the way, again, different textbooks do this differently, but sometimes for negative numbers, we'll put them in parentheses so that it's clear that we're adding a negative number. So we could put parentheses around these to show that we're adding a negative number, but usually the font and the symbol is clear that whether it's a subtraction or a negative sign. Okay, so just be aware. It's just a way of not accentuating, but making it clear that these are negative numbers. Okay. Okay, so now with this one here, let's do the first two. So since this is a binary operation, right, we have to do two at a time. So let's do the first two. Okay. Now again, we're going to use those two steps. So we're going to ignore the negative signs by taking the absolute values. And so we're going to add 3 and 4. And then keep the sign. So you add the numbers and keep the sign. So that means this is going to be a negative 7. So now this becomes negative 7 plus a negative 1. And so then we do it again, right? So we ignore the signs by taking the absolute value, and then we add them and then keep the sign. So in this case, it's going to be 8, and so it's going to be a negative 8. And so the answer is negative 8. Okay? And that's it. Have a great day.